Hi guys, and welcome back to Simply Forex, the channel dedicated to you, the trader. We want you to be successful in the markets. So guys, I'm going to give you some gold every day. I'm going to let you know which currency pairs I'm looking to trade and which direction. And I'm also going to let you know which news that you must be aware of. So let's take a look at the chart and what I'm potentially going to trade today. Good morning traders, welcome back to Simply Forex. Coming to you live from the Philippines, very beautiful country. It's a little bit windy, as you could probably hear as well. But guys, that's the beauty of trading. You can literally do it from anywhere in the world as long as you've got an internet connection. I'm here for a couple of weeks guys, but yeah, don't worry, I'll be doing the daily morning analysis every single morning as usual. So let's take a look at the charts for today. Good morning guys, and welcome back to Simply Forex. How are you? I hope you are well. I am currently overlooking a rice field. I thought you should know this. It's a little bit cloudy today, but it's very green and beautiful. If you're from Dubai, you will understand how much you appreciate greenery when you leave Dubai. And what is today, guys? Today is, I forget what day of the week it is. It is Thursday, the 13th of October, guys. And as always, we're going to look back at yesterday's trades. We'll look at today's potential trades. And we'll also look at the news today as well, guys. All right. Before my editor beats me, I must mention that we've got a Discord channel. So you'll see the link in the comments below this video. So please come join that. It's blossoming into a wonderful community. What else, guys? Yeah, obviously, no live stream for the next Wednesday. Yeah, because I'm on holiday, guys. All right, but the following Wednesday, business as usual. And also, guys, if you're interested in being mentored one-to-one with myself, then please email us at hellosimplyforex@gmail.com. Okay, that's enough of that. So let's start, guys, by looking back at yesterday's trade. All right, so trades plural. So the first one was this, guys. This was oil. And what we were looking to short this pair, guys. If we start with a weekly chart with this one, excuse me, we're shorting it because of this zone here. Okay, as you can see, this zone here has been an important level on the weekly chart. Okay, so what was once support, once it eventually breaks down, it then becomes good resistance, guys. Okay, so that's what we're seeing on the weekly chart. So that supports our idea of shorting this market. And then let's take a look at the day chart now, guys. So the day chart is a mixed bag because this is in an uptrend. Okay, you can see that price was in a downtrend in this diagonal channel. Okay, but then price has shot up and hit this grey zone. So it isn't an uptrend. It's broke this high and this high. But we've had all of this selling pressure from that grey zone. Okay, so the weekly chart told us we can still look for shorts and we're in a downtrend. And we've had these two bearish candles react at our grey zone. So for those reasons, guys, we were still happy to short this pair. And all we wanted to do, guys, was come from our grey zone back down to this blue line. And as you can see, that's exactly what happened with this pair. Okay, so that was our Y. Remember, the day chart is your Y. And then if we go down to the H1 chart, and this is our how. How are we going to trade it? All right, and as you can see, guys, let me remove this grey zone, because that was the one I just put in. So let's remove that. So we just had the one grey zone with this pair, guys. It had already come up previously to test this zone. All right, and the idea was for it to just come up again, test this zone, and then we get a reaction. Okay, and sure enough, guys, we do. Yeah, price comes back up to our grey zone. Then we get this bearish candle form. Okay, doesn't get much more bearish than that. It's bigger than the last 8 million candlesticks it's bigger than. I'm joking, but you get the idea. All right, so we had a very bearish candle. The thing with this candle is, guys, is that it is so bearish. All right, and we are literally, as you normally know, guys, our H1 low is normally our first target, but obviously the H1 low is here, so that cannot be our first target. Okay, but we can still take this trade because we do have room to our blue zone to move into. All right, so I'm going to tell you how I traded this pair. So this was my entry candle. Okay, I was happy to trade off of this. Obviously, the last H1 low was not my target. My target was then down to this blue line. Okay, so remember I've told you this strategy a couple of times, or this technique you can use. So let's say my normal lot size is 100k. Okay, so when I get a candle like this, guys, all I've done, excuse me, my mouse mat has a mind of its own. All I do, guys, is I enter 50k here. Okay, I enter 50k here. All right, not my whole trade size. So let's say I usually trade 100k. All I'm going to do, because this is such a large bearish candle, I enter 50k here. And if I get a retrace up to here, I will potentially enter another 50. Okay, but I don't. It doesn't give me enough of a retrace. It retraces to here. That is not enough of a retrace for me, guys. So instead, what happened, I had 50. I had half my lot size, and then I just because I only had half my lot size, I was willing to let this run all the way down to this blue line. Okay, and bearing in mind my stops up here. Okay, so it pretty much works out a little bit over a risk to reward of 1:1. All right, guys, but yeah, good trade. Yeah, good trade. We had to slightly adjust how we trade it, but good trade. So you can adopt this technique as well, guys, if we have a very large H1 entry candle. Okay, and I closed 100%. I'm not in this trade for the remaining 20% because I only entered half my normal lot size. Okay, guys, so that's how I traded oil yesterday, but successful trade. We were happy with this one. Okay, let me know how you traded it, guys. The next one is this. This is the euro against the pound. This was the second trade idea from yesterday. And the idea, however, it was in a downtrend, but the idea was to buy this market. So we got higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And then we had crazy highs. And then obviously we had a huge correction from that level. Yeah. And it did actually break this low here. Okay. So we were technically in a downtrend. But then what I'm seeing is, guys, is this. On the weekly chart, yeah, price had come down, hit this area here, and then we had this candle push off of that area. So I still thought weekly chart is in an uptrend, and we've still got a bit of room up to this blue line. Okay, so it was a combination of weekly and daily charts that made me take this trade. If we look at the day chart, guys, we also had a very bullish green candle. Okay, yeah, we had this candle form, all right, after a couple of days of indecision. So I was looking to take price from this grey zone back up to this blue line here. Okay, that was the idea. I couldn't have been more wrong. Look at what the following candlestick did on the day chart. Yeah, super negative. So yeah, it was strange really, because all the GDP pound news was bad news. Well, worse than expected, but the pound still, yeah, gathered strength. Welcome to trading the pound at the moment. Yeah, more volatile than my ex-girlfriend. Okay, so yeah, so this was the idea. Let's go down to the H1 now, guys, to see if we could get in on this pair. And it was a tricky one, guys, because price, we only had the one grey zone, and price, as you can see here, did come down with this candle here. all right? And we had a huge bounce off of this zone, okay? It's just a tricky one to trade, guys, because ultimately it does have a large red body on this candle, but then it also has a huge wick, all right? But for me, it's just not a candle I can trade on. Yeah, what we wanted to see was a bullish green candle come out of this grey zone. I know we get a huge wick, but also what put me off, guys, is, you know, if we entered on this wick here, yeah, the close of this candle, we have to put our stop here. And, you know, to go up to these last highs, the risk to reward wasn't there either. However, it does you know, as you can see, it does get back up to these highs. But yeah, I mean, you could have also waited for a retrace. Yeah, wait for a retrace, perhaps down to here. Yeah, then that would have made it more of a better trade and take it back to the highs. Considering your stops here, you would have made 1:1. Maybe that's how you traded it, guys. But for me, it just wasn't a good enough entry candle for me to take this pair. Okay, regardless of the size of this wick, because you have such a large red body on it as well. Yeah, and then obviously, guys, once we see this candle, yeah, break this low and break this grey zone, then we're just not interested in this pair anymore, guys. So yeah, so I can see why you got into it if you did, and you would have got back up to the H1 highs. But for me, guys, no trade. Okay. And then, as you can see, as soon as after this super bearish red candle, price has just been breaking down. All right, guys, so no trade on euro against the pound for me. And then the third trade from yesterday was this. It was the pound against the Japanese yen. All right, guys, and we were just looking to short this. Can you hear all of those birds, guys? There are hundreds of them. Sorry. Focus, Tom. Focus. 3, 2, 1, back in the room. Yeah, so pound Japanese yen, we were looking to short this pair. So price was clearly in a downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs. Okay? And it also broke all of these lows here. So we've got lower highs, okay, and lower lows. So the idea was to short this pair because of the structure. And then if we zoom in, we can also see that we had this large bearish candle. Okay, so the idea again to come from one of our grey zones back down to this blue line, or even this blue line here, guys. All right. And again, as you can see, the pound got super strength yesterday. Considering all the GDP news was worse than expected, yeah, an unusual reaction. But that's, yeah, trading the pound for you at the moment, just whipsaws. If we drop down to the H1 chart now, so see if we could get if we could get in on this pair, get my teeth in. I haven't been drinking this morning, not yet. Again, guys, yeah. So I don't start looking at trades till around here. Yeah, and this is where sort of the London European Open is, when the London and Europe opens, guys. All right. I mean, maybe some of you guys, if you traded the Tokyo session, then I mean, again, you do get this wick, but you also get this large green body. Yeah, a similar scenario to pound against euro against the pound, but again, it's not a good enough entry candle for me. But again, you could have made some nice profit, taking it down a little bit lower after a retrace. But for me, guys, it's not an entry candle. Yeah. And then we see a couple of bearish candles here. But again, you can see this wick is bouncing off of these lows. So again, for me, guys, I just didn't like this trade. And then once price comes up and breaks this grey zone, we're not interested. All right. And price comes up for the rest of the day. But yeah, this reaction here in this grey zone, just, yeah, not the sort of candle I'm looking for, guys. All right. But again, maybe you did trade it. Let me know if you did. All right, guys. So that was yesterday. So yeah, the pound pairs we looked at, just couldn't trade them. And oil was a good trade, guys. So I hope you jumped in on that. All right, let's take a look at today's trades now. Guys, so yeah, I hope you took the oil trade yesterday. That was a nice, successful, profitable trade, and I hope you enjoyed the recap, guys. And if you did, come join us. Yeah, subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and also smash that like button, guys. Help support the channel. Mercy. Right, so trade ideas. Actually, before we start trade ideas, I must mention this, guys. We've got a Discord channel, guys. The link is in the comments below the vid. So please come and join our Discord channel. Lots of traders in there sharing trading ideas. I'm sure you will enjoy it. Also, guys, yeah, no live stream next week because I'm on holiday. I'm currently in the Philippines looking at a rice field with many birds in it. It's exactly what I'm doing right now. It's quite hot. If I'm a bit sweaty, I apologize. So yeah, so there won't be a live stream, guys, but yeah, we'll still do the daily morning analysis every single day. What else is there to mention? Oh yes, the mentorship program, guys. If you're interested in being mentored with myself one-on-one, then please email hello simplyforex@gmail.com. Okay, so let's look at today now. So what is today? Today is Thursday, the 13th of October. And we've only got one trade idea today, guys. But let's look at a couple of other things first, all right? So the US, the dollar index, all right? This is at an important level, guys, yeah? So these last highs here, yeah, are now being hit, okay, in this grey zone. All right, I wouldn't call this a super bearish reaction at these highs. Yeah, I mean, it's not, but I think today's candle is going to be the all-important candle, guys. Yeah, if we get so we've got a doji candle. If we get quite a bearish candle, I think we've got room to the downside. But if price pushes above this grey zone, then dollar strength is going to continue. So a real pivotal level for the dollar at the moment. Let's see what today's daily candle does. All right, so if you're trading any US dollar pairs, guys, yeah, must be aware of that today. Okay, I thought I would mention that. For us, guys, we've just got the one trade idea, and it is this. It is the euro against the Canadian dollar. All right, guys, so price is clearly in an uptrend. Yeah, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. It's come back down, and then it's tested this low here. Okay, and we've had this wick bounce off that zone, and then yesterday we had this large green candle as well bounce off of this zone. All right, so this tells me buyers are back in control of this market. Let's just zoom in so you can see those candles a little bit more clearly. So yeah, we had this low bounce off of this area, okay, and then yesterday we had this bullish green candle form as well. So because of this bullish candle, admittedly, it could be a little bit more bullish, but yeah, I'm willing to look for buys up to this 400 level. Okay, sorry, this 13500 level. Okay, this psychological level here. Okay, if we look at the weekly chart as well, guys, this also supports our idea. Yeah, so this is the weekly chart. We've got this huge bearish green candle. All right, and yeah, we just want to sort of take it back towards those highs. Okay, so yeah, it makes sense on the day chart and the weekly chart to me. Let's drop down to the H1 chart now, guys, to see how we can trade this pair. Okay, so we've got a couple of ways we can trade this, guys. So we've got two grey zones. Let's look at the bottom grey zone first of all. So obviously this was drawn because of all of these H1 lows, and it included the low of this wick, okay, which makes it quite a large zone because of this candle. All right, but a grey zone nonetheless. So what we could see, guys, is price come down into this grey zone. Yeah, we get a bullish reaction, and then we can enter this trade. Sorry, not a bullish reaction. Yeah, bullish reaction. Bear with me. I haven't been drinking. Bear with me. Yeah, we want to see a bullish reaction, guys. So we get in here. We can then take price back up to this grey zone. Would make sense to me. We close 80%. Okay, and then we let 20% run. Okay, so that's the first idea. This is our how. Remember, our H1 chart is how will we trade this pair. Okay, the second idea, guys, is this. I need to zoom out a little bit for this. Okay, but what we want to see is this, guys. We want to see price come up, break these highs here, this high here, this high here. We get a retrace into this grey zone. Okay, we get a bullish reaction, and then we can take price back up to our higher time frame target. All right, guys, so a couple of criteria here on how we can buy euro against the Canadian dollar. Okay, it's the only trade idea for today, but let me show you pound against the Canadian dollar and why I didn't take this. So this is a similar scenario, guys. Yeah, we got prices clearly in an uptrend, higher highs. We got this bullish candle form, so it'd be perfectly reasonable to take price back up to these last highs. Yeah, but it didn't quite make a trade idea for today, because if we look at the weekly candle, yeah, I just don't like this. Yeah, the weekly chart is clearly in a downtrend. Yeah, and then we had this bearish candle form. So and these lows here. So I don't like buying into that. All right, so that's why euro Canadian dollar was a buy today, and pound Canadian dollar wasn't. Didn't quite make it. All right, guys. So yeah, there we've got the one trade idea for today. Let's take a look at the news now. Guys, if you're enjoying this daily morning analysis, I hope you are, then come join us. Subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button, guys, and also smash the like button. Help support the channel. Thank you. Right, news for Thursday, the 13th of October. So nothing overnight, guys, as you can see. But the big daddy news today is this. At 7 o'clock, London GMT, we have got this, German CPI. And guys, eyes are all on inflation at the moment, as you know. So this could really move the euro, guys. So must be aware of this coming out today. All right, German CPI. Super important CPI figures at the moment. If we carry on down, guys, at 1:30 London GMT, we also have US, coming out of the US, we have CPI data as well. Yeah, core CPI, CPI, and initial jobless claims all coming out at the same time, guys. All right, so we've got 4 pieces of huge news there coming out for the US dollar. So guys, must be aware of this. This is really going to move the markets. Yeah, all eyes are on this piece of data. I cannot express how important this is. All right, so yeah, got to be aware of that data coming out, guys. If we carry on down, the last piece of news that we're interested in today is this. At 4 o'clock, London GMT, we've got crude oil inventory. So that will affect US dollar and the Canadian dollar. All right, guys. But yeah, all eyes on CPI. Must be aware of that, guys. Okay. That's it. I hope you've enjoyed the vid, guys. If you have, please subscribe, like, and share. I hope you have a fantastic trading day, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys.